What's up, everybody, and welcome to the South Park Phone Destroyer Weekly Update for week 39, which I might start relabeling these as week 1. So like this is technically this week, right? I can't remember. What? Somebody check the in-game right now. Go in-game. What week was this last week that we did? Was it 39? Like, are we in going in the future or doing one in the past? Which one is it? I can't honestly remember. But I appreciate everybody being here. We've been playing a little bit of South Park. It's not week 69, but nice joke. We've been playing a little bit of South Park, getting that Incan. Moody is 7 out of 8, so definitely needs that Incan, especially for Team Wars. But we're going to look at, so this is the last week before the reset. So we're going to reset tomorrow. We don't exactly know what that means or like where that's going to put people, but we're going to take just a look at the current top 10 or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's the top 10. So Spain Park, like we were saying earlier, who the fuck are they? French Family also don't think they deserve to be there. I would say Mercenaries, Dire Tide, that's fair. TMI, probably fair. French Family, probably not. Szechuan Sauce, probably fair. Chefs, I mean, they're a good team, so yeah, that's fair. It's not, I mean, they probably shouldn't be top 3. They probably should be top 5, maybe, but if I was gonna put it like exactly, it would be like Dire Tide up here. Like, you know, maybe Sauce would be 4th actually, then Sauce, or Chefs and then Sauce, then Mercs probably. Although Mercs did beat Dire Tide this week, so this week we'll show the average. So this is like the final score. We had a bunch of people going 50, bunch of teams running 50, so that as many people as possible could get the reward for the top 50 or whatever. Illuminati getting, so if everybody would have bracketed here, Illuminati would have gotten 5th place, and I mean, we would have potentially gotten 3rd place then. I mean, if we would have gotten 1st and they got 5th, we might have taken it back. But honestly, that might have been enough, because like at last place you would lose like 80 crowns or something like that. Well, you get 50 and then you'd lose like 50 crowns, so they'd be at, well, let's say that puts them at 200, then we'd go up in 3rd place. Oh, it'd be close. It'd be real close. I don't know. I'd have to look. Fuck you, Spain Park. That was your spot. That's all right. But yeah, so if you see these little arrows here, Mercenaries and Dire Tide were matched up. So Mercenaries beat Dire Tide. Free to Play Whales and TMI were matched up. But free to play, like if free to play, there's so many weeks where I have like a fuzzy in my hair. You see that? There's so many weeks where Free to Play Whales would have beaten Illuminati if we just would have bracketed with them. So that's why I think the bracketing system is kind of poor. Like for that to dictate crowns, I don't like that. What it should be is that should be your reward for sure per bracket, but your crown should just be based on your score in some way. Hopefully they change to that, but we'll see. I know they're changing crowns and they're changing how like matchmaking and bracketing works and stuff like that. So we'll see what the first couple of weeks end up being, and you know, it might end up being one of those things where the higher up teams just keep beating the shit out of each other, and then teams like TMI or, you know, Chefs can get a footing by kind of cheating. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right, but let's look at the games for last week. We're gonna start. Oh, I guess they're still pulling up. We're gonna start with the Adventure Lock. There we go. We're gonna start with the Adventure Lock and then roll right on through all 10, 15 now, 18. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. All right, we got Unstoppable Tuba. Guys, just tubaing wherever you please. Stop tubaing. The early scout. Nice. Actually, this guy gives me the win. I forgot. Guess he saw that 85 hundo and he's just like, fuck this game. He should have realized might not have leveled cards. Although this week I had fairly good levels. Santa's good, Fireball's good, Lightning Bolt good, Stan only level 3 but still good. All right. Nice. Towley's not a terrible start. You want to play him behind New Kid though. You don't want to play PC Principal. You want to play, I don't know, you know, he's fine, I guess. But right there, he just played right into my Psalm, so that was really good. But I do love that Towley slow. That's working out real well for him. Gunslinger coming in to clean up that Towley. Gunslinger, not a great level either right now. But we're going to wait for the Gunslinger to put the rats out. Oh, and the rats die, though. My combo dashed to pieces by the Fireball. Brutal. Brutal. But the Scout coming in. Scout, even at level 4. Incredible threat on the New Kid. Look at that. Look at that. Dar back the... Wow. That actually worked. Oh, and New Kid taking that. Oh, Gunslinger dying too soon. That low-level Gunslinger. At the Terrence and Phillip level 6. Very good still. Scout not able to deal with the double farting power of Terrence and Phillip. Now will Medusa survive in the back? Ooh, we'll see what happens. Oh, get it down. Nice. Terrible play, but level 3 doesn't even clear the Terrence and Phillip. But New Kid ossified Rocket. Red Rocket, Red Rocket, Red Rocket. Would you stop talking, you son of a bitch song? Nice win on the Adventure Line. Nice win on the Adventure Line. All right, we got Ferguson. Ferguson. Jimmy Jane's even got a win. Nice. Yeah, Adventure Lock was easy. I even got a free win. Like, that's the easiest that, like, can happen. Ferguson. Man, this song with the guy talking about a handy he got back in 19... Yeah, that's what it fucking seems like. All right, PC Principal. Push me into the world. Oh, Jesus. Nice. The PC Principal just pushing bitches around. I love it. Oh, we didn't get the Bradley, which kind of sucks. But he'll go down real quick with that slight help from the level 3. But level 3 just not enough. Unfortunately, Namblos did not give me a huge benefit here. Looking back there, I should have Dark Angel'd the Psalm. Probably could have pulled that off there, but this is going to be good. Big money, too. Big money snipers. And Inkin surviving. Very tough. Even the rats would have taken the bar, to be honest. I should have darred something there, but look at that. We can still dar. I delayed a bit in case he's going to play something. Gunslinger coming in, but Ferguson giving us the win, and the Adventure Lock comes away with a nice 114, easy peasy. Well played, everybody. Well played. All right, now we got Blue Bucket on the line. That bird is a liar from Tweak Bros Coffee. Good team name. Good team name. 7800 might not be a piece of shit. We'll see what happens. Sometimes the 7800 could have real good levels. And in the new Team Wars system, you'll be much more likely to have some, you know how there's a lot of whales that are on like a really bad team? Now they're going to have pretty decent decks. Well, you might have, level 7s and shit, but they're not going to be, level 4 epics anymore. They're going to have their full decks coming at you. So, might be great. Angel Wendy might be one of the best healers for Team Wars. I mean, look at how much she gets. 7 hundo? Like, that's just so much. That's so much. Fireball was maybe overkill there, but that slow was really killing me. And now the Angel. If only Angel healed herself. If nobody else was in range, she healed herself. That would be pretty cool. We get that Santa. We get the double shots. Oh, beautiful Santa play there. Angel surviving. Nicely done. Santa was definitely the pick this week. Definitely the pick. Game's all right from Canada, guys. This guy might be good. 7600. The name sounds familiar. Game's all right. Does anybody recognize that name? Santa in the back. Archangel Bradley this week was very good with the Santa plus the PC Principal. I mean, imagine if PC Principal just had a slowing aura and his slow, so that when they walk into you, it slows it. Like, that's incredible. That's super good. I was forced to play the Terrence and Phillip there because the Santa didn't decide to go for the PC Principal, but Terrence and Phillip ended up working out. Fireball can't kill the Psalm, but we can play this to get some extra health here. And the slow with the PC Principal, double slow on both sides. Interesting to see what's going to happen here. The Fireball would be a good one. Ooh, we can't do that now. Fireball, nice hit. No, Psalm doesn't die. He still gets it off. Dang. Bad play there on my part. Will Bradley kill the... Yes, he kills the Psalm. So the Psalm at least isn't a threat. But the level 3 Wendy... Or not Wendy. The level 3 Bebe... Not going to be able to be enough. And Scout did seek him out. I thought Scout would just run towards New Kid. Scouts get ones hits off. Yes. Scout. Him thinking New Kid was going to deal with it. Scout taking him out. Scout taking him out. Canadian, eh? Scoot taking him out. Play that Psalm at 10. Waiting it out. Seeing what he's going to play. What up, Angel Fire? Nope, that's after this. Smack. Smack. Oh, Scout does so much damage, though. But we're just going to do as much damage as we can. Here we come. Inkin. This is one reason. That was a great fireball, though. I was going to say this is one reason why the Bradley was a bit of a liability. This guy beat my ass with fireball, dude. Like, no lie. He chunked me up. And my rats got eaten up by the side by his rats. But my Angel able to save the day. Trying to steal this bar real quick. I should put Archangel at, like, the top. Fireball. No. Fireball. Ooh, fireball there would have been good, but Phillip, I think, would have killed me. Bad use of his ability there. All right. See, that fireball wasn't as scary. But because I fucked up the Terrence and Phillip placement, I let his Psalm get a lot of value right there. So that was kind of scary. So that's kind of scary. He's trying to get that Medusa up there real quick. But nope. We take it down, even though he got so much value from his fireballs. Not even New Kid 14 zaps could help it burn an assassin. Yeah, Snake Poison needs to be updated, I think. It's like 1 per level right now. So at level 5, it's 5 damage per second or something like that. It's ridiculous. And that's a level 3 probably. So like 3 damage per second. That's so crazy slow. I'm in the corner. Lightning Bolt does kill him, so we don't have to worry about that. Terrence and Phillip were technically tanks. They would work so well with Archangel. That's what Archangel needs is a tank swarm. Just something where there's 2 tanks that you play out. Rat's gonna take the bar. No, but just enough to make Inkin easily take the bar. Right, Meowbark? I'm struggling on Moody. And Moody needs 1 more Inkin for level 5. So he could fireball here. And I wasn't thinking like, oh, Jesus. But luckily, we had a huge heal on our Psalm here. God damn it, Angel's so good. And we could bring him back. We're bringing him back. Porch Monkey, we're bringing him back. Boo. Oh, I could have waited a bit and then probably... No, he probably would have died from the blast. I don't know. I knew he'd already left, so I was just fucking around. An 82 hundo taken down real quick.
Little ditties, tiny things.
B Hood. We got some really bad matchups this week. I'm hoping the new setup will be easier to get a more difficult matchup. but it's still fun. A lot of people can put up really good fights even with lower levels, just depending on the cycle too. I think somewhere this week there's a game where I lose an early bar but come back. Inkin 5, very good. Yeah, not worth it. Only level 2, so not really a threat. He could use his ability all night long. It won't bug me any. We're gonna use the Archangel after he's taken a little bit of damage. That kind of gives him a... There we go. Heal him, then use it. Gives him a little bit of a health boost. Which, I don't think those rats got the Gunslinger. If the rats would have gotten the Gunslinger, they would have eaten that PC Principal up real quick, even with that bonus health. I played the rats too soon. But 2 of them survived. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Easy. Easy. The snack. 2, 3, 4. That takes 5 hits for New Kid to kill the snake at that level. Jesus. Jesus. Viejo Saboso. What does that mean, guys? Old balls. I wonder if there's gonna be new matchmaking Potato Wars. They mentioned I bet you matchmaking will be based on your team's total caps or something like that. A lot of D ranking, I bet. But we can use South Park replay to see like teams' overall rank, and if we see like a high rank team that has a low overall rank, we can all ridicule them, just like chefs being pussies up at like, you know, 42 or whatever for as long as they were. Tasty old guys. Play that Archangel. I would have played Archangel. No, that was good. That was good. Wait for him to use it. Oh, and he used it and he wasted it. But he does get the extra heal. But it's too slow. Santa doesn't get the heal. And his PC Principal is about to get farted on. Oh, man. Microaggression. Microaggression in my anus. I'm going to play the rats. Right after we take the bar. Apply pressure. No, we're just waiting. Chilling. Seeing what our homies did. I mean, the rats would have been a good play there, actually. I would have liked that play, actually. Stealing the Santa back real quick. Wouldn't have hated it. Oh, I like this, though. I like this. Boo. Nice. I like that. I'm liking that. Look at that push. Nicely done. Literally nothing in their deck that can stop that. I guess a fireball right there would be good, but then Angel can just bring it back, you know? Now the well-timed rats coming in clutch. Oh, and he whiffed the Inkin. Look at this. He could look at them perfectly lined up for the Inkin. Perfectly ready. Perfectly there. And then, oh, not soon enough. What? Doesn't even hit Sam. Oh my lord. What a mistake. What a blunder. Classic blunder. Yeah, Angel Wendy is a nightmare. If she hits 3 targets, it's like 2100 health if they get like, you know, fully healed. In a week where there's like 2 tanks, or, you know, Zen and Santa, or PC Principal and Santa, or, you know, really any fighters too. Any like 5-cost fighters. So impactful, man. And then you can heal on top of that the Archangel health as well. Crazy. Crazy. All right, he's got the Archangel out, so there's a slow there. I don't mind it. We're just gonna lightning bolt him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck it, who needs This was partially to slow the scout down from fucking triple shotting us. Now we got our Bradley versus his Bradley. I think our Bradley does have a little bit more attack, and he doesn't use the Wendy to heal the Bradley. And our Wendy healing up our PC Principal, who didn't even take that much damage. We're not even going to use the Sam. Sam has not been even hit. And now we can really brutalize the competition. Scout Ike goes up the butt in the back. And the well-timed rats coming on the top side. Gross. Pause. Easy plays. Wormswood from the Event Killers. Okay, sounds like a good player, right? 75 hundo though, you never know. Could be a sleeper. I've run into some crazy high-level decks at people who are like 7,500, but probably won't happen this time. I was gonna say, if he just was gonna rely on the Medusa, it wasn't gonna kill the Scout anyway. But Scout takes out one side of Terrence and Phillip, which is pretty nice. Inkin's gonna do good damage here, but we're gonna let the Towley separate and then put Terrence and Phillip out and fuck them up. PC Principal goes out. Ooh, nice fireball. Only killing the Terrence and Phillip though. Doing good damage, but we got our double tank in the back here. Fireball not a threat, so we can stack up for the incredible value here. But PC Principal is like, fuck you, Angel. I'm not being touched by no Angel. Ooh, nice play there. Nice play. But this coming out from the Inkin, taking out one of the cocks. Excuse me, one of the rats. Medusa didn't want to die, but she does go down finally. Angel gonna take out the heal. All the damage done, gone. Sam getting it as well. Angel even did, oh my god, that's so brutal. That's so much fucking health. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit, Inkin. Nobody can stop you. That's good shit. That's slow, man. It's brutal. It's brutal. Oops, spam. Oops, spam. That means tasty old guy for real. Now we got a level 6 scout coming out. All right. Not bad. I like this fireball here. I like it. Do it. I was like, nope. I like the Inkin better. Inkin splash. Don't want him to take any extra damage. So we play the Terrence and Phillip. No, definitely conservative here. All right, nicely done. Oh, we're gonna eat up that Witch Doctor. God damn it, Witch Doctor's so bad. How could you pick Witch Doctor over the alternative? What was the alternative? I don't know. Any other card in existence would be better. What was the alternative? Anybody remember? Wasn't Witch Doctor Psalm, was it? Because that's fucking ridiculous. They didn't pick that. Witch Doctor PC Principal, maybe? Easy. Couldn't wait. Couldn't wait to finish that one. Carnitas. Now this is something I get behind. Carnitas. I like it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. All right. Can't hate. Double checking the health. Fireball doesn't do it. Lightning Bolt does. Rat's gonna come out against the Santa. Santa does actually retarget, and he lightning bolts a rat. He lightning bolts a rat. Let's get some rips and oopses in chat for that one. Also, whiffs the Dar. Have we ever seen a worse TvT player in our life? That fireball was gonna be for the Terrence and Phillip that came out, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. Beautiful hits here. Take out that Towley before we get slowed. Heal up that Sam. And Wendy surviving. Bring that Wendy back. Bring me back. Wendy 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 back. Bring me back. Wendy back. Wendy back. I like it. I like it. Light show. Nice. That guy was terrible. I feel bad for him. Feel bad. LB was gonna do that thing to Sam. Yeah. It's probably level 4 lightning bolt. Level 3. Is 3 the base? Yeah. Level 3 lightning bolt. Like 200 damage. Thanks, he says. All right. Interesting. Wow, look at that. That does nothing to me. That's crazy. Not that it would have done much damage, fully damaged previously, because like Probably base level 3, right? So not really a big deal, but just it's the thought. Ooh, nice knockback. Actually helps out Sam a bit. Although now he kind of wants to get close, so maybe it doesn't. The regen, bringing the Terrence and Phillip back to life. I'm liking that. Now the Sam comes out. We used the Santa too soon, actually. We were trying to min-max that. We were just a little closer. Usually the Sam's quite a bit further away from the Santa. I'm going to play that Angel to help deal with this Gunslinger. Nice. Nice. Oh, heal him. Heal him. Nice. Nice. Fully healed. Look at that, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Authentic noob. Remember the 90s? I remember. Remember when you didn't play? I remember. 2 free games out of 15. Can you believe that shit? I play 15 Team Wars games, and 2 of them they don't play. And I would say like, oh, they saw my name Glanzer, and then like the name struck fear into the hearts of the wicked. But it's flustered cuck, right? It's not obvious that it's me unless you know who I am. Super players get owned by OG meta like Angel. Dude, Angel is so good in Team Wars. Also, Bradley, just brutal. Like, that's slow. Not bad. Like, look at that. You can't even stop him. You can't stop PC Principal. He's impossible. This fireball is going to wreck his goddamn life. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he almost knocked Sam out of range, though. If there wasn't a backdrop, Sam would have been knocked out of range. All right. Drop it. Drop the Sam. Drop the Sam. Do it. Do it. Oh, you pussy. You pussy. Oh, you didn't even need to. Didn't even need to. All right, that does it for that. Not any good games this week, really, honestly. Kind of sad. But it is what it is. Bunch of 114s for the team. 112, 113, something like that. We'll look into the deck for next week. And then after this, we'll look at the balance update and everything for next week. So stick around. We'll check out the forum updates. Then we'll jump back into some South Park and hopefully finish up the event. So first off, let me switch this around. We got Hamsters versus Monkey. Hamsters is just too good. Even at a lower level, Hamsters is better. In this case, it avoids the freeze, it avoids the DSR, it avoids the Sizzler, it avoids the Osmo freeze, it doesn't get shielded by Drow, so it's important to think about that, but it avoids the mind control, super fart poison. There's just so much that it avoids that they're definitely going to be useful. And 4S Monkey, you know, he's great, but has to be leveled to be great. Santa versus Slave. What could Santa couple with? Drow, Stan, Gizmo, Man Bear Crunch, Mecha. That's sick. Okay, Santa for sure. I'd say Santa for sure. Slave, I mean, with DSR as an option, with 3 or 4 other cards that can easily break the Slave's heal. Gizmo can do it pretty easily. Even Drow Elves can actually do it fairly easily with he's got a nice chunk attack. That's what you really need, a high damage attack. But mostly with the DSR option, I would say Slave's probably not the best choice. And the value you can get from that Santa, extra Drow shields, like 8 Gizmos out of nowhere right after like the 4th one drops. Double Mecha, double Mintberry Crunch, double Stan the Great, even to just have him perpetually have it up like that. If you do it right, you do the Santa with excuse me, with Drow, with Stan the Great, and like Gizmo or something like that. It's just that'll be good. So Santa for sure. Coon versus Osmo. There's Chaos, Mintberry Crunch, Tupperware. I don't think there's enough superhero to really make Coon worth it. So I'd go Osimo just because that freeze is going to be able to potentially stop the gizmos from killing you really quickly. Maybe it'll stop, the enemy Osimo from getting a freeze off. Maybe you get lucky and you stop the DSR from hitting you just long enough to survive. Maybe it slows down the Sizzler enough to get, killed before he gets too stacked. So I think that's a pretty good option. Kevin versus the mayor. I like the mayor here. All those charges that Santa's gonna bring, you could potentially play mayor right after and stop the second one at least, or the first one, all together. So yeah, mayor's gonna be a clutch card this week. And although Kevin's gonna be great, you'll probably see some Kevins with Freeze Ray, Sizzler, Osimo. That's gonna work really well and really bust people up. But there's not really any single targets that kind of scare me. I guess Sizzler kind of, but like I don't think Kevin's gonna be super useful. I think the mayor to stop the potential like unstoppable push is gonna be more important than Kevin, adding more damage to a push that probably doesn't really need it. Freeze Ray for sure. DSR versus Sizzler. I'd say if you're gonna go Kevin, I would go Sizzler to have that extra freeze option. But otherwise, DSR is going to be your choice. You're going to be able to hit the Slave and the Osimo, Santa and Coon. You're going to be able to bust up a group. So I think DSR is going to be the choice. And you can lower the level of DSR and be better than you could with the level of the Sizzler. Like level 3 DSR does much better than level 3 Sizzler and etc. Freeze Ray is the choice over Lava just because Lava sucks. Freeze Ray is just good. Freeze Ray in this situation, I would say Freeze Ray on like the Sizzler. Freeze Ray when your team's just about to survive or die, and you can have you could get another set of gizmos, or you could get another stand the grade off, or you could get another shield from Kyle or whatever it might be. And don't forget that the Freeze Ray does stop new kid damage too. So even if it's just like a last minute final, you need one tiny little bit of health or damage, and you play Chaos or Gizmo or whatever it is you play, try to just get one hit on new kid and you freeze. Maybe low level hamsters, normally new kid would have kind of dealt with them, but you freeze them, new kid not doing it anymore. New kid no longer doing it anymore. I'm so tired right now, Reaper. That's the bait thing. Like my eyes are on fire right now, and I think it's allergies because they're harvesting and shit around town, because we have cornfields in our town, right by where I work. There's a cornfield across the fucking street, and they harvested that recently, and the fall allergies are my worst allergies. I don't do so bad in the spring, pollen and flowery shit doesn't really bug me, but when they're harvesting this old moldy gross shit, that's when I get all fucked up. And I'm in a basement, and it's probably dank and full of mold, and I'm dying slowly every moment I'm down here, but whatever. Tupperware versus Labard. I like the Labard for the potential gizmo stoppage. Really like that, actually. Also, for the dipshits that run pigeons, I guess. I don't know. Tupperware, I mean, for the same reason that hamsters is a good choice, Tupperware is a good choice. But... I like the Labard, just mostly because Gizmo could get out of hand and Labard could deal with him a little better. I think Drow Elves is the choice here, just because his shield with the Santa potential is just so good. I do have a dehumidifier. It runs quite often. Ice Sniper is good, does a lot of damage. The freeze is fairly decent. If you go Kevin, maybe you go Ice Sniper for the extra freeze, but then you're really, really banking on one card that you're probably going to have under leveled anyway. So not a pretty great idea. Drow Elves is just so good with the Santa getting him just so quick. Shield it again, shield new kid, shield new, just so good. So much value. I think Gizmo's the choice this week. Typically when it's Gizmo versus Chaos, people are like, oh, but Chaos shuts down Gizmo. But like most of the time, people will miss the Gizmos with the Chaos, and so you'll still be fine. But if they use Chaos on a Gizmos, it's like a 3-for-3 trade. So like, what's the difference? It's no different than them just stepping you, right? So in this case, most likely, instead of having like 4 Gizmos versus the Chaos, which is going to be pretty easy to hit all of them, you're going to have 8 because of Santa, and it's going to be much harder to hit all of them at once. And so Chaos, I just don't think is going to be useful. And you can also shield every single Gizmo. So even the Gizmos that barely survive Labard are going to be shielded. Like, it's going to be really good. Super Fart versus Poison. I would say Super Fart's the choice here, but what you have to do is you have to play Labard first, or else Super Fart isn't going to kill the Gizmos. So you have to I would say play Super Fart and then play Labard. Because like Labard will kill them no matter where they go. And then you got to be careful that doesn't hit them. You don't hit them when they're going to get hit by Kyle's shield. So yeah, Super Fart's still the choice. Poison's just so bad, and you can just Kyle shield the poison damage, so I don't like it. Gizmo's the choice. Stand the Great, always the choice in a situation like this. Santa plus him, so good. This is a real choice here. Mintberry Crunch versus Mecha. Well, you can circumvent the DSR damage a bit with the Mintberry Crunch. Mintberry Crunch probably gets eaten up pretty quickly, though, by Mayor, Drow. But if you can keep him behind the push, there's nothing to stop him from getting his ability off, really. Poison probably doesn't kill him enough. Freeze Ray doesn't really stop him. Enemy, but Mecha, mind controlling the enemy Santa, potentially, or enemy Gizmo. Mintberry Crunch, though, is just so good. Mintberry Crunch, there's only 2 other cards in the deck that can even hit him. One of which is a situational card they might not want to play. Chaos still hits him though. Mecha could mind control your Mintberry Crunch and use it against you. Mecha mind controls Sizzler and fucks him up. Mecha mind controls your Drow and uses his ability. That's tough. Who would I prefer in this deck? If I had Sizzle, no, if I had DSR, Asimo, Santa. I think I like the double damage from like a double Mintberry Crunch more than I would like a double mind control. Because there's nothing that really screams like, oh yeah, what a great mind control target. And which your Mintberry Crunch can stay alive quite well. And like if he streaks with like 100 health and heads towards New Kid and they already used all their range cards, New Kid takes 6 hits to kill him. Mintberry Crunch can take a bar by himself against a low level New Kid. So I like the Mintberry Crunch, and the Mintberry Crunch damage potential, or the heal potential on the Gizmos. Like if you have 2 Gizmos, you use Santa, get 4, and then put Mintberry Crunch on a midline, and you have 4 Gizmos with Mintberry Crunch's boost. Or maybe you could do it right and get even more. I like that a lot. I like the Mintberry Crunch with the Gizmo more than anything. So that's my choice for sure. That is my choice for sure. Mecha, because, I mean, honestly, Mintberry Crunch 2 might be better than Mecha. Potential. Kind of just depends. Pretty easy to throw off Mintberry Crunch. Yeah, but that's if you have, like, a deck set up for that. That deck's kind of heavy. You don't want to, like, you can't just play hamsters, because it's not going to even target them. You don't really want to play your Chaos or your Gizmo to just get killed. So there's no assassin you're just going to play. You could put like a tank or something in the corner, but if you're smart, you're going to wait a bit and still get the right angle and take a couple things out with them, Monkey would be a good one. Monkey would be all right, but I mean, you're still getting 3 value for 4, and it's not like it kills Midberry Crunch. But yeah, there's definitely options, but there's also options where Mecha just won't have value, you know? But I think the biggest thing for me is that he's a flying unit, and I think flying units in Team Wars are just a bitch to deal with typically. But I think I'm just thinking Midberry Crunch in the corner, in the right situation. I don't know how you kill him, but Mecha will always eventually, you know, be in the path of somebody, right? But all right, let's get the weekly update up. Hold on, let me rub my little, like, I think I need some like allergy eye drops, like Claritin eye drops or something like that. I feel stuffy too. I feel stuffy. Ugh. All right, so oh, you weren't kidding about the Scuzzlebutt event. God damn it. Okay, so Scuzzlebutt this weekend. You know, you might be seeing us play a lot of other games other than South Park this weekend. Take a little break. Tournament challenge is always actually a fun challenge. That's the one where it's like 6, 5, 4, 3 for the levels, so you can kind of build. I think typically like Goth Kids win out. Goth Kids and like Drow and stuff like that win out, but Cows is probably pretty good now at that level as well, so that could be a fun tournament challenge to pull off. Amazingly Randy mission event, pull off Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll probably do a little bit of that on Tuesday. We don't really finish mission events typically though, because they just take so much time. Thursday we'll try to maybe finish it on Moody, but we probably won't stream it. Friday we probably will stream a little bit, but we'll probably play something else shortly after playing some South Park. And everything should reset on Tuesday, so we don't know exactly we don't know exactly what's going to happen, like what your crowns are going to go to, or, you know, is everybody going to get reset to the same amount, or is it going to be like a tiered thing, kind of like season reset, or what, you know, what would end up happening? I don't know. So we'll just have to kind of see. And then a lot will change. A lot will change. So the top 50 teams will get their reward on different days. But the standard pack, so the standard pack will probably be tomorrow. Top 50 teams will be Wednesday or something like that. All right, we actually have some upcoming balance changes, which is kind of a surprise. I was thinking they were going to use the Team Wars update as kind of like a, oh, this is what we're doing this month, and then not do a balance change. But we'll see. So Nelly, they changed Nelly up. It just didn't do what they wanted it to. So what they're doing is they're increasing her cost to 4, but they're increasing her health by 34%. That makes her pretty good. Attack by 23%, not bad. Time between attacks, 2.4, so she's getting a little bit quicker. So overall, her DPS is increasing by 34%. Her knockback AoE is going up a little bit, and her aggro range is going from 3 to 2. So she's gonna not seek people out as much, which some people thought that was the good part of Nelly. But I mean, she's gonna be pretty good, but I still don't think, like, if she doesn't one-shot chickens, which I still don't think she will. She might. She doesn't one-shot the chickens. She's just not worth 4 energy, because those are the swarm you're gonna deal with the most. Otherwise, like, it's not a big enough AoE for it to be impactful. Like, at most, it's gonna hit like 2 fighters at once. So I think they can update her stats and stuff all they want, but I think fundamentally her design is just not going to be very good ever, and they have to somehow change it, where like not only is it AoE but something else happens, like maybe she makes him bleed or something like that. So we'll see what she looks like. I don't know. Scuzzlebutt getting a lot more health. Like a third increase, so pretty good. And now he's gonna be quite a bit slower so that you can, you know, more easily combo him. Will he be good? I mean, you might see some people play him from time to time, and maybe he'd be the choice in Team Wars over like Big Gay Al or something like that, but or Mimsy maybe. Big Gay Al could actually be pretty good. Yeah, I don't think Scuzzlebutt's gonna really be good or bad, or better or worse. I mean, he's gonna be obviously better, but I don't think it's gonna be better enough. His ability and his cost is just like, I just don't think it works like well enough to really justify it, you know. Priest Maxi has been good in skilled hands. So Priest Maxi is in my Pope Callgirl deck, because I feel like Priest Maxi is better than like Manbear Pig, because what usually happens is like Inkin or, you know, Solemn Blast or Fireball or Aerostorm or Satan or something, and if you have like Mintberry Crunch on them, sometimes they survive, and then Maxi will start healing everybody up, and it can be actually really useful. So Maxi getting a little boost will help a couple of at least that deck, so can't hate on that. And you know, I don't hate any commons and rares getting boosted that don't get played a lot, because I think more cards should be more playable, right? Should just be more dynamic. This one is what got me excited. At a lower cost, Hyperdrive will be better completely. That's not what's written, but just like it's gonna be crazy. So energy cost 4 to 2, so 50% decrease, but they're only decreasing the speed up by 38%, and the duration is going down by 20%. The power duration scaling 1 per level to 0.5 per level. So level 7 duration is 6.6 to 7.4 seconds. Damn, it's still really long. So for 2 seconds, you're going to get a speed up. They should increase the Deathwish health Scuzzle gives. That's what I thought when I first read it. And I was like, damn, that's a decent amount of extra health, but it's not. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if that was like a huge amount, get on CKI or something like that, it'd be sick. Get on diabetes, also very good. But yeah, so the speed up going from 80 to 50, that's the kind of thing that like makes me wary. Like the speed up won't be quite as brutal, and so like you won't have like crazy Hanky interactions where Hanky's like going crazy. But for only 2 energy, it's just like a great cycle card, because like that card you can pretty much cycle at any moment in the game. Like you just have to have 1 unit out there and you can cycle with that. So if you have that cycled with like cheap Paladin, a couple assassins in there, and then you cycle to Sizzles and Kyle the Drow Elves and Warboy and shit like that, like you could have some crazy, even just BHK getting boosted with a 2-cost card real quick. Everybody gets real quickly boosted by BHK. Like that's gonna be so much fun. You're gonna see me playing Hyperdrive in every single deck that I play. Just like I play Gizmo in every deck that I play sci-fi, I'm gonna have Hyperdrive in every deck for sure. We're probably gonna go back to like a really cheap spammy deck and have some fun. What's up, Jammin'? Fried Bow. Hey, somebody was just talking about Fried Bow. 6 element Randy getting boosted, sort of. I don't know. It's weird. So he's getting a lot of his health taken away. And oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. So Mary Jane Randy is just getting his health cut in a 4th. I don't hate this. I think the idea that it's making Callgirl Mary Jane Randy less frustrating it makes sense, because like you're typically not gonna bring Mary Jane Randy out unless it's with Callgirl. Like same with Coon. Your goal is typically to bring them out with Callgirl. Obviously they should still be playable without it, and I think they are. And Mary Jane Randy's plants are still really effective, but I think now you have to kind of play them a little bit more intelligently. You can't just as soon as you get the plant, play the plant and it'll end up working. You probably have to do it a little better where playing the plant really does protect Mary Jane Randy, because Mary Jane won't have as much health. So I think this is overall a better change. Curbs the power of superheroes a little bit. 6 element Randy. So Randy is considered the second tank of sci-fi, which is kind of true. The only real tank in sci-fi is Osimo, really. To an extent, Drone is, I guess. But 6 element Randy is getting his health decreased, but his charge duration is decreasing. His movement speed is increasing. But the robots are getting a change where they're going to have more health but less DPS. So they're going to be more like tanks. So when a tank or when a Roomba gets on your new kid, it's not going to be a threat at all. But they're going to be kind of hard to kill. And he's going to be able to bust them out real quick. The first one's going to come out in like 5 seconds. Hanky out there busting out a couple of them. I mean, that's going to be pretty brutal. But I don't think it's going to make him any more or less playable, honestly. I think it'll really impact his abilities to just completely take over a Team Wars game by getting a bunch of robots out. Because the robots are going to survive New Kid even more. And at that point, it's just about taking hits away from New Kid. Or away from other stuff. So yeah, Roomba meta for sure could be very interesting. 2 costs should be great. Yeah, 3. I mean, I would have gone from 4 to 3 before I went from 4 to 2. Jesus. Auto vacuum. So the auto vacuum probably means the one that comes with Drone as well. So Drone gets a subtle change as well, which I think that's a buff for Drone, because the auto vacuum getting more health and less damage actually helps, because now the drone might survive. But I feel like a big problem with the drone is that the flying drone spawns first. And so range units will start attacking that thing first. What I think should happen is like you should play the vacuum and like the drone spawns out of the vacuum so that people start attacking the vacuum first and then the drone starts attacking. You know what I mean? Why nerf the vac damage though? I mean, you increase its health by 30% and you don't change its attack, it's going to be a pretty damn strong thing. Because like right now, if it gets on your new kid, it is actually a threat. It could eat up your new kid. Even if it's like half health, if it's just your new kid hitting him, it's going to eat you up. Call Girl attack getting lowered. I'm all down for that. She's definitely just crazy DPS. It's only 4%, so I feel like that's going to be not hardly noticeable, but definitely going to make her a little bit less of a just psychotic DPS machine. Brass Monkey losing some health. I'm fine with that. He is kind of meant to die, right? So he should by nature have less health. And his ability scale and power scale that they did was more to his attack anyway, so I don't mind him losing the health. I'm glad he didn't lose the attack. I wish they would increase his damage from his ability though. I think that's what they missed. And then Super Craig is just like an aggro range change. That's to bring him in line with something that they were talking about. So Super Craig won't be so beeline anymore. So that's going to be good actually, because I've lost a couple of Team Wars games because of that. And that's it. So that's not I wish they would have had more information on the Team Wars update, but I love that they give us a bunch of information on new updates, which is going to happen next week, not this week. So this week's reset, next week is the balance update, which is the end of the season, right? I can't remember. Satan hasn't been nerfed, no. But yeah, I think most of the cards are going to still be just as playable as they were. I think the impact you'll probably see a little bit less Mary Jane Randy until people start getting it to level 5, then it'll go back in people's deck. Because if Mary Jane Randy is usable at level 4 at 8,500, then after this nerf, he'll still be usable at level 5. He might not be usable at level 4, but he'll be usable at 5. So we'll see Mary Jane Randy disappearing for a while and then coming back as people start to get him leveled up. 6 element Randy, you probably won't see him any more than you do now. People kind of just play him because they don't really have another option in sci-fi typically. But we might see that change. You know, maybe Priest Maxi, we'll see a little bit more. I don't think we're going to see any more Scuzzlebutt. I don't think, you know, we'll see people trying out Nelly for a while, but, you know, hopefully I'm surprised and she ends up being all right, but I doubt it. Call Girl will still be used just as much. Forest Monkey, you'll still see him as seldom as you do. Super Craig won't change, so that's fairly good balance, I think. Gonna be fun understanding Caps Wednesday. Yeah, Caps is gonna be weird, but I'm glad that they have it set up where, you know, we can see Caps now and we can set them up, so we can kind of figure it out easier now than we could before. For Team Wars resets, are all gold teams being reset to the same crown level, or will existing crowns be taken account of? Taken account of? Are you taking advantage of me? That's the question, yeah. And I assume I would like it if they did it in tiers, like the top 50 go to this amount, the top 100 go to this amount, top 200 go to this amount or whatever, so that you can like figure out who actually belongs there. They got it and buy that 6 element Randy pack you were hawking last week. Maybe you can focus some of your efforts on removing players that lag hack your game, so releasing never-ending cards. I mean, the only reason that the game's fresh and fun is because there's new cards. No other game has as much new shit as this game does. Like, it's crazy how much more new cards that this game has versus every other game. This game like almost has what, 200 cards now? The other ones have like 60. That's it. And there's never been a new one. Does this mean Hyperdrive will now have random durations like Warboy? No, that's saying that the level 6 duration is going from... Wait. 6.62. So that's saying the time's not changing? Wait a second. Oh yeah, the time's not changing very much. So 6.6 to 7.4, that's 20%. That's 17%. So it's going from... Wait, I think that's backwards. I think that's just backwards. It should be 7.4 to 6.6. That's just backwards. That's all. So yeah, the speed up is going... This is the big part, is the speed up going down. That it's just not going to be as insane of a speed boost. So your Hanky's not going to streak across the place. But it's really, like, for 2 costs, it's going to win fights for you, you know? Especially if you have, like, a mirror match. You have, like, your Sizzle versus their Sizzle. It's going to give you the advantage for sure. Do you nerf the monkey and ignore the scout? That's actually true. What the fuck's up with that? I told her, could you clarify if all teams above 1,500 will be in one bracket this week, or will there be multiple? They're not gonna be in the same bracket. Who would thought that? If you leave the top 50 teams, will you still get the top 50 packs? I assume so, yeah. Leaving Satan untouched again. Game is getting dull with this neutral removal card that only one theme can snipe. Please have the team look at him. His play rate is already through the roof and well over 50% of all decks in top legend. That's fair. I hate Satan. I don't know what criteria is used for balance changes, but there are cards that are extremely unbalanced and never change them, like Satan, Mecha Timmy. I feel like Mecha's fair. Stewart, I mean, Stewart could be updated a little bit. Satan's definitely needs to be updated. I'd say cards that need to be updated are Satan for sure, and then Scout for sure, and then probably Stewart. Those 3 need to be looked at to be a little bit toned down. But I wouldn't say Mecha. You could maybe lower the duration at higher levels a bit. At level 5 plus, it gets kind of crazy how long it is. So much that the cards are the most used. Yeah, well, that's always going to happen though. Lower Satan's range on Warcry. Yeah, I could see that. I would say I want it so that what I would say for Satan is that you cannot use him unless he will hit an enemy or an ally. Like you have to, and maybe it's like it doesn't even hurt them. It just like kills them straight up. Because it's like you have to sacrifice that unit in order to summon Satan. So maybe instead of Satan being like a card you summon, it's a card that you target one of your other cards with, and Satan will spawn on top of that unit and kill him, but only on your side. Kill him, replace him, damage to everybody. Then at least you have to have one of your units out, because it's the most bullshit ever when you can sit there with a hand that's like 4 cost, 6 cost, wait till 6, you have an empty board and you clear the board. What should happen is you should have to put out fucking Heidi or something first, and then sacrifice Heidi in order to bring Satan onto the field. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking genius. Kappa Boys, no old version. That's for 6.6 at level 7. New lasts for 7. No, I think that's backwards though. Hyperdrive shouldn't be cheaper than 3 energy. If you're nerfing MJ Randy, you should buff the plants and or lower charge time. I mean, they did kind of do that already though. So they changed that already, and they still don't think that's enough. And so now they have to lower them. You just destroyed 6 element Randy. You literally turned 6 element Randy from a legend to an epic after people spent good money on him. Change him from a legend to an epic? What does that even mean? Oh, I must have misunderstood. Thanks, mate. Oh, now my card's not so broken. Awesome. Do you know when the packs will be going out? Probably tomorrow. Brass Monkey pushed further, blah, blah, blah. How does that make sense while Scout Ike stays untouched? Yeah, I agree. What? Oh my god, you nerfed Nelly again. You guys are the best. Never change. They definitely didn't nerf Nelly. Like 1000% this is a buff. He's getting 1 extra cost and probably 45 extra fucking percent. Or she is, excuse me. But the problem is that like the 3 cost fighter slot is the slot that like has room for most decks. Like the only decks that really have a 3 cost fighter slot are Fantasy with Space or Shield Maiden, excuse me. I'd say Sci-Fi has it better because they have Enforcer and Space Warrior, which are 2 costs, so like it doesn't really matter if they don't have the 3 cost. But what's the 3 cost fighter? Program Stan, like absolute dog shit. And there's no other 3 cost fighter in that whole theme, right? Am I missing somebody? I don't think so. And then if you look at Adventure, Shaman Token, dog shit. You got in Mystic, you got Poseidon Stan, like just terrible 3 cost fighters. So 3 cost fighter slot could have used a good Nelly, like a lesser buffed Nelly without the increase. Like cut the increases in half. Like if we look at these increases, oops. Too far. If we look at these increases, if we cut them in half and just don't change your cost, you know, like a 15% or no 15% increase, so it's more like from 210 health to like 250 health instead of 280, attack from 30 to 34 instead of 37 or something like that. You know, don't even change her attack between, you know, maybe increase your DPS by 15%, leave her at 3. That could be useful. But the 4 cost fighter is full of Som, Witch Doctor's even probably better, Sizzler, Witch, you know, Sword Garrison, and then the 5 cost fighters kind of slide into the same slot, sort of. But we'll see. I think Nelly needs a new part of her kit. Like she needs another nuance. Like her first hit does double damage, or if she hits 2 targets twice, they take more damage, or I don't know what it would be, but she needs something. She needs something. Do you nerf the monkey and ignore the scout? They haven't made enough money off him. Off of Scout? You mean the card that a lot of people got level 7 the moment he came out? What are you fucking talking about? It's a common card. They're not making any fucking money off of it. As you're removing 6 element tank status, will Sci-Fi be getting a second tank anytime soon? What if 6 element Randy gets changed to 4 cost. The only 4 cost Randy other than amazing Randy. I think all the cards changes are less about balancing the game as it is publicly claimed and more about manipulating an entirely closed system to generate revenue. That's fucking bullshit. And when they're gonna do something about the D rankers, can't force people to play the game, buddy. It's very difficult using Pope Timmy and Dar in the same deck now. Pope Timmy's always summoning Dar. Yeah, then don't play them together. Dar isn't able to revive Pope Timmy, although it isn't even stated as much, then Pope Timmy shouldn't be able to summon Dar either. I get that. But I don't think... Then just don't play Dar and Pope together. Or just make sure you Dar before you Pope. You know? Aggro range was nerfed last time, so now adding more knockback literally hinders her, not help her. She has to walk up to the unit to attack again and actually gets less attacks off now. I don't think that's necessarily true. If she still had her 1.6 range, this wouldn't be a problem. Right. I mean, it kind of helps. It depends on who you're going up against. If you're going up against Swarm coming at you, you'd want to wait. If you're going up against another fighter, you wouldn't want to wait. So that kind of just depends on the situation. Sure, I would love to hear the dev's thought process on this one because people are completely confused with the 2 nerfs she's received. If she has the stat increase and remain 3 costs, people may actually... If she got the 3 costs, if she got the current stat increase she got and she got to 3 costs, she'd be very good. Like, very good. Like, probably too good. That would just be a monster of a card. But yeah, pretty... I feel like the devs are personally attacking me. Is he pissed off about the guy playing him with high level cards, or is he pissed off at the guy not letting him D rank? Some people do that for sure. They did the same to Sam. Maybe they will do this to all legendary cards. Nah, Sam is actually just fine. Any news to when level 8s are coming? A dev team fact says coming for spring. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. A lot of us old loyal players, dude, I promise you, you don't have anywhere near what you would need. I know like 2 people who haven't probably enough to go to level 8 right now. Because on a common, people are like, oh, I have 3,000 extra copies of this common. Like, this is bullshit. We should have level 8. Well, then, okay, level 8 opens up and you're sitting 3,000 out of 12,000 for level 8. Like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, your game just increased. Instead, now people that are actually higher up than you are going to have an advantage even higher than they already do on you. And you're just going to be mad about it. Oh, this is bullshit. These fucking whales with their level 8s. Man, fucking shut up. So not only do you not touch Satan, I agree, he's an event card yet again for the 1,000th time this year. Also, no matter what you did to Priest Maxi, he's still a 6-cost card that will be instant removed to the 5-cost UC. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You see in Transmog for sure, but just play another card that gets the removal, or use him with Pope. You can get him. You can pull him with Pope fairly easily. I don't like that mindset. That like a card is useless just because it can get removed. Well, there's a lot of cards that need to get removed, so just play those cards. Like, play Slave, let him remove your Slave, and then play Priest Maxi, you know? I do like the idea of changing 6th Randy. He does not do any of his jobs right. Yeah, I agree. He's too slow, so it's hard to use as an attacker, and does not have the HP to be a tank. But I think 25% of more speed is not enough to make up for the loss of health. Maybe a little more DPS should make it. Also, not touching Ike is kind of a bummer. You guys should do something with this card. Yeah, Scout's just super good. When are they gonna fix Transmog? What? Nobody cares. 25% nerf to MJ hype. 25%? But you didn't nerf Scout, Jimbo would say. I don't think Jimbo needs a nerf. Jimbo's fine. Like, tons of cards they destroyed, they make legendary into a common and call it balanced. These people are so stupid. Please stop crying for MJR nerf. It was a good nerf. He summons a lot of plants. They're like mini shields, and each one can attract enemies. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Stop the nerfs. You got a nerf. Any chance of fixing the zombie problem? I feel like I'm playing Walking Dead here. So many guys I kill that instantly come back to life. That's just bad connection. Had that happen with my Sam earlier. I was playing a game on my lunch break, and Sam, it's actually pretty funny. Sam died next to my new kid by a lightning bolt, and then came back to life, sat there. I couldn't move them, I couldn't do anything, but I could keep using the ability over and over again, which was much less impactful now that it's not full damage at max range, but I was just able to just keep playing it anytime you play like a swarm card or something. Pretty great. 25 health, nerf MJR is a bit excessive. Maybe, we'll see. Nelly will cost 4. Why not just kill all good cards and we play with all weak cards just like in TvT? What are you talking about? That's the same guy that's like, stop nerfing cards. What? TBD on if it was canceled. They mentioned new kid level increase in card levels last year. They silently announced they were not doing new kid update. Now refuse to clear up card level questions. Who cares? Why do you people care? Oh, they're not answering my question. Go fuck yourself. They're not entitled. You're not entitled to anyone talking to you. 3 nerfs to call girl only. Yeah, she needs to be changed. Why do they hate my girl so much? Because she's so fucking good. This Mary Jane nerf doesn't make sense without improving some attribute or reducing its cost. I disagree. He was too good. Like if a card's too good, you change it. You don't have to make it better in something else, because then it's like you're not really making it better or worse. Why so many changes and yet the obvious OP cards like Sizzler and Scout? I feel like Sizzler's alright actually. Scout definitely. Why does Pope Timmy summon Dark? You wanna know what's so funny though? Like they talk about like fuck these whales, fuck you, you money grubbing bitches, and then like there's a common card that is the strongest assassin in the game, arguably. Maybe Inuit's better right now, but potentially the top assassin in the game, and they're mad about it, and they're not just like, oh, don't fucking touch Scout. Scout's the equalizer that lets my potato ass have a chance against these level 5 legends, right? Like these people have no fucking sense at all. They're like, oh, fuck this, fuck nerfing legends, fuck this, you know, these cards should be legends, blah blah blah. And then Scout Ike's sitting here really strong, and they're like, no, fuck that card too. It doesn't make sense. Why does Pope Timmy summon Dar, but Dar can't revive Pope Timmy? I mean, there's nothing that says Pope. Nowhere in the text would it imply that Pope couldn't bring Dar back. So here I was desperately trying to collect Mary Jane Randy copies to make him 5. Oh well, no, you don't understand. Now you should be even more desperately grabbing the Mary Jane level 5 copies, because the only way he's going to be playable at a level where level 5 epics are playable is to get him to level 5. Like if you're coming at the situation and you're looking at your card that you're playing and it's fucking level 4 and every other epic you're going up against is level 5, and you think, oh, this card's fine, this is balanced, you know, I'm not like, this card isn't just really good, I'm just a really good player and I can just get really good value out of this level 4. No, he's just got fucking bonkers health, and then he can spawn somebody that can pull your health away, and then on top of that, you can spawn another card that can stop those people from attacking Randy again, because they're gonna retarget after they were just attacking the plant, you know, when the plant dies. So you could play, you know, hamsters or diabetes or whatever, and then Randy's sitting there the whole time attacking because he's got long range and he doesn't have to move around a lot, so the amount of health that he has isn't as impactful because he's doing damage the whole time. He doesn't have to like move around to get to the right position or whatever. Yeah, and the mecha mind control shield. Yeah, Dar needs to bring Pope back. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, that's the plan. Like, that is a bug. She did absolutely mention that what do you want to call it? That interaction is a bug. That interaction is 1000% a bug. It's supposed to, Dar is supposed to be able to bring Pope back, and when that's possible, whoo! But the problem is, like, in order to Dar back Pope, you'd have to either not have Dar in your hand when you played Pope, or Pope would have had to have luckily not pulled Dar, or Pope would have had to have pulled in a 3-cost card. So it's not. I don't think that combo is going to be as good as people think it will be. Like, it will be very, very difficult to pull that off. Like, you could still spawn the Dar, and then, like, nothing would happen. Like, Pope wouldn't kill the Dar. You just spawn Dar. You wouldn't want that, though, right? So the only way to do it would be to not have Dar in your hand, play Pope, not pull Dar, or have a 3-cost card in your hand that Pope will pull. Like, maybe have Zen or something like that. That Pope will pull Zen instead. You need to play her and watch your rotation is all. Yeah, but you'd have to potentially like have Dar used, because getting Pope used at the right time is already difficult, right? So you'd have to also time it in a way where Dar would be, you know, 2 cards away from your cycle. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's much better to play like the deck I play with the Call Girl Pope. Much easier to get value from that. I think the Dar is better if you're running like a bunch of 5-cost, you know, Randy's, Garrison, stuff like that, or you know, with the Sizzles stuff with a strong War Cry, stuff like that. I just don't think it's gonna work. You might see it work every once in a while, just like when I Pope Call Girl every once in a while. It doesn't always work. Like, I Pope Call Girl Mintberry Crunch one time, and it just didn't really work very well because it didn't take them long to kill those units. But when you look at, I've Pope Call Girl into Coon before, and it was fucking awesome. But it's definitely more difficult to do that now, and it's kind of like pure luck when that happens. But it's definitely possible. Like, it's happened. But yeah, to do Dar and then you pull Pope, and then what? You pull fucking, who do you pull in with the Pope? Because it could be, the cycle could be, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think you're going to be able to build your deck in a way where that's going to be a super possible thing. And I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of value from that, because like when Pope has half health, Pope could still stay alive forever. And Pope's a pretty damn good range card now. So you wouldn't want to kill the Pope and bring the Pope back. You would want probably to Dar something else. So your goal would be to maybe Dar what you Poped. Like, you Pope in Mary Jane Randy, and then you Dar the Mary Jane Randy afterwards. Pope Call Girl and Mary Jane Randy, or Pope Mary Jane Randy. I've been long with that for like 3 weeks. It's tough. It's tough, but yeah. Yeah, sometimes there's not, yeah, like you said, sometimes there's not much you can do. You just kind of got to give it up. Or you kind of got to realize, like, okay, I played Pope. I played Pope and I got Ninju or whatever. And then I played Call Girl and I got Mysterion. So now I have Maxi that I could play because I'm not going to Pope him back anytime soon. And then I have Mintberry Crunch or, you know, Coon that I could play because I'm not going to get him with Call Girl. And then in other situations, you're like, okay, I don't want to play these cards until I get Call Girl or until I get Pope, because I need to get that cycle going. So yeah, it's definitely difficult, but it's really fun to do that, because with the Ninju, you can take a, you know, two bar lead into a 3-bar loss, or two bar deficit into a 3-bar win in one push, especially with Maxi healing shit up. And I thought about putting, instead of Powerbind, putting in Hallelujah to potentially like really just bolster the Ninja push when I keep it. And like, I don't typically use the Powerbind that I use in that deck anyway. So having the Hallelujah there to potentially just like really fuck shit up might be pretty good. Bubba, what are you doing? He's playing on the stairs. But yeah, that's it for the update. We'll really see what happens with the reset tomorrow, where people's crowns end up going, and then over the weekend, or maybe she'll release more information. I'm not really sure, but you'll see that there will be changes to the bracketing, changes to the caps, which we already know about the caps, but changing to the bracketing based on your caps and possible changes in matchmaking. So don't be surprised if you get more difficult matches this time around. So we'll see what happens, but you know that no matter what, there's going to be teams that are going to try to exploit it. So in my opinion, I hope they don't tell us what they're doing. I hope they don't give us information about how they're bracketing you, how they're matchmaking you. I hope they keep it as secret as they can. Maybe we could figure it out in the end, but at the end of the day, I don't want people to know, because then they're going to try to exploit it as much as they can. But yeah, I'm excited to play Hyperdrive in just like silly situations. It's going to be like totally useful. But the thing is, it's not going to be crazy fast. It's going from like 80% to like 50% or something like that. So it's going to be much slower. You're still going to win any assassin step that you're going to go run into, but I don't think you're going to have like Hanky kills Inuit and then hits New Kid before Inuit kills him anymore, because it won't be quick enough. But Warboy will still be that fast. I think Warboy will still be like the 80%, like the max speed we can get. So I think that'll be good. That'll be useful. But yeah, that does it for the update. I appreciate you guys checking me out. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're watching this and you watch it on Twitch as well, leave a comment and let me know. Leave a comment, let me know, are you watching this Tuesday night, Wednesday night? Are you watching this later on? Do people watch these at all after this week is over? Just kind of curious. Hey, Bubby. But we're going to take off for the update. Stick around on Twitch. We're going to hang out for a little longer, play a few more games, get that ink in. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And we will see you guys next week to see what kind of mayhem happened for this update. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what type of teams fall apart, what teams combined, what teams end up showing that they ain't worth a damn, and what teams show that, hey, we were good the whole time. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, peace out.